Bring me my brown pants.
Oh, hello there. I'm Arthur Perkins, and this is APGamingREAL. Welcome to some episode of Battletech. Some have said it's episode 12 of season 3. Others have said the episode is named after a common chess middle game strategy. Who knows? I want to talk real quick about something. In life, as we grow up, perhaps this is just an American thing, but your teachers tell you, don't cheat. Don't look at other people's tests. Don't connect to the internet, etc., etc. But, as I'm sure many of us have encountered, oh my god, that is so, holy shit! Oh my god, that was so loud. Alright, my apologies. Everyone at home probably also heard that incredibly loudly. The rest of the cast have no idea what I'm talking about because it was the Twitch alert system. Oh my god.
I thought it was my cat because
no, it was not your cat. It was.
I also thought it was your cat.
No,
I was like, it wasn't that loud. Like,
it was very loud for me. I don't know. We'll hear from people in the audience how loud that was, but it was incredibly loud.
What was it?
The new Twitch alerts for whenever someone follows or hosted or whatever. The volume's supposed to be at 1%, and it is not.
It's at 1%.
Glimo subscribed though. Thanks, Glimo. I don't. Your subscription is the incredibly loud noise. Should not have been that loud, but that's where we're at. Where was I? Ranting about cheating. We're told by teachers don't cheat, but the instant that you snitch on someone, they tell you you must cover your paper to prevent other people from seeing, as if the impetus of privacy is on you to prevent other people from committing errors and crimes. That's a little weird. I think it's a little strange. Rad, as a school teacher, I kind of feel like maybe you have some thoughts here.
You know, in the interest of real world application, just be good at cheating instead of bad at it. Like 99% of most students.
Rad.
It's actually
that was not helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just be good at cheating, everybody. That's the Raddosaurus way.
It's one of many modicons to success. You know, just be the real moral of the story here is just be good at whatever it is you choose to do.
There was one kid in my class that cheated off my paper once, and it was one of those fill in the bubble multiple choice, and I saw him doing it. So what I did was I went through my test and deliberately put down all the wrong answers. And then I turned my paper over and I waited because it was a timed test. And then he went and turned his paper in. And then I turned my paper back over and filled in the right answers and then turned it in.
I remember when I was just a young lad working at a yogurt store, I had to go and get my food manager certificate, which is a pretty horrendous process if you've ever done it. But I had to go and get that, and there were a lot of the people who were there are like gas station attendants. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but gas station attendants have to get that food certificate if their gas station has like the little hot dogs like on the roller and stuff like that. They have hot food, and yeah. So I went, and there was this nice lady who copied off me for like the whole first 2 days of the course. And then at the end, which I gladly let her do, and then at the end, when it was time to take the exam to get the certification, I went and sat on the other side of the room, and she was very upset. But it was justice. That's the way it's supposed to go. At first, I sat next to her and started taking the test, and she was literally like, not being very discreet. She was like, psst, psst. She's doing like a lot of like hand waving and psting me to try and get me to like move, because I'm like over here like this for the first time. I'm like bubbling in my little answers. And I just turned and looked at her, and then at a full volume voice during the middle of the test said, "Stop looking at my paper." And then I got up and walked across the room and sat down. And she turned a couple of different colors and failed her test. So she had to take the course over again.
Is there a moral prerogative to this story, Rad? Do you agree with me that perhaps the impetus is not, in fact, on the people who are being cheated off of, but on the cheaters and those who are supposed to adjudicate such cheating?
Yeah,
Or
I would
perhaps you
with
agree with the teachers of America that cover your own goddamn paper.
that. Sometimes
Don't snitch.
It's situation dependent because sometimes it's a collaboration of dishonesty, and it's hard to tell a lot of times whether or not that's the case. So yeah, I think ultimately the first finger you point should be at the cheater, but then also a careful examination of the situation needs to occur to determine if it was group effort to share these top secret test answers.
Also, you have to understand that people that willingly engage in cheating typically aren't the most honest of individuals. So, also including a secondary impetus of keeping others from cheating helps prevent it from occurring. It's two-factor authentication for taking tests.
Fantastic.
There's a lot of pressure to be. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
There's a lot of pressure to be a cool kid, and a lot of times cool kids are the dumb kids. So the only way the smart kids can be the cool kids is to help the dumb kids. So there's a fair amount of that. You'd be surprised. It's unfortunate, but it's a fact of reality. At least at the middle school level, where I did most of my teaching.
Very well.
A lot of social pressure out there these days. I'm not envious of today's adolescents.
I didn't know that this discussion would snowball in such a direction.
You didn't know
Next
your joke
up
would spiral into an actual discussion?
Yeah. I thought everyone would weigh in real quick, but there was a real discussion going on here. I would like to say hello to Cotton's mom and also Cotton's dad, who are now avid watchers of the intros. As I call them, they have joined the Okeanos folk, those who only watch the introductions to shows and then leave as soon as anything role-playing starting happened. Welcome to the cast. As far as I can tell, 100% of Cotton's family members and friends who have been polled like APGamingREAL. So we're big in Cotton's family and also in Colombia. As you might know, I have a pretty strong viewership in Guam. That is why Guam is my favorite U.S. protectorate. But Colombia is now my second favorite Central and South American country. Yep.
Well, hello to everyone in Colombia and Guam. We appreciate you.
That was incredibly loud. It's the resub. The resub is the really loud alert.
Ooh.
I gotta figure out how to change that one.
You better do it faster than Sid can click resub.
Nope, Sid did it. It's like a jackass. Thanks, Jackass Alpha. All right.
It's been a week. I take my amusement where I can.
Yeah,
How do
of
you
course.
resub? Do you just click it and?
Yeah, just click it. Click it right now.
No, I'm not gonna do that. It's loud.
Oh, okay.
No, click it now. Click it now. Now, do it now.
I think you already fixed it. Click it.
I was going to try to redo it, but I can't at the moment.
I'm about to start my free trial.
Ooh, do I have any? You
try and give some out real quick. Dick move.
All right. You know what, guys? Let's start introductions while I figure out how to lower resub value. So I'm not just sitting here doing that while this happens. James, welcome back. I am playing your character, Sir Citadel, tonight, and you're playing my character, the bad guys. So I look forward to your defeat, sir, and will accept your surrender at any time.
I was curious as to whether your decision to do that was to try and make me go easy on Citadel.
Wow,
like,
Sid.
I had some side of that.
Clever tactic.
Well, congratulations, Sid. Except that, first, thank you for all of those gifts. But because they're not resubs, the volume level is at an appropriate 1%.
Oh, damn it.
It has to be resubs in order to get that full value.
See, I'm playing the long game. A month from now.
Nope, there it is. You resubbed to somebody. Yep. Sun Spirit. It's even better because it happened while you were talking. God, that's so loud, and I can't figure out how to do it.
Money well spent.
Great. James, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I wanted to say that when you first sent me the map a couple of weeks ago, along with the opposing forces, my first thought was trying to work out which of the cast had wronged you so badly that you would inflict this upon them. But no, I've been really looking forward to it.
It's me. The answer is me. It's always me.
But it's been a few months. I've changed jobs in that time. It's a pretty hectic process. They came after me in December, and I said no, and they threw a lot of money at me in February. So I ended up changing jobs. So it's been a pretty busy period, but into a rhythm now. It's going well.
Well, congratulations.
Cheers. A bit less travel to the US, unfortunately, but I'll still make it over there a couple of times a year.
Are you prepared to play, I wouldn't say an evil clansman, although as we know, all clansmen were born in inherently evil. That's just how it works, Evil is in their blood. But are you prepared to play a clansman tonight? No contractions at all.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. All right.
You just hate our guts more than anything.
Well, I'm trying to remember, Arthur. Are Steel Vipers Warden or Crusader clans? They're Warden, aren't they?
So here's the thing. They're technically Wardens, but they're ultra-militant Wardens that don't believe that Freeborns are capable of becoming warriors. They're the only Warden clan that has no Freeborn warriors on any level of their military.
That's right. So they've got a huge science and tech cast, don't they?
Yes, they do. Also a huge inferiority complex.
They're the genetic purists of the clanners. Let that one sink in.
Look, man. First off, don't shit talk my Steel Vipers. Ever since Mechwarrior 2 came out, and I was like, man, they have the best emblem. I've been Steel Vipers. Long before I knew anything about them, I just thought they looked the coolest. You got anything else to share, James?
I don't think so. No, I think it's going to be a long game, so I don't want to take up too much time in the intros.
I mean, look. This is another one of those possibly 2 map games where we move from one map to the next one. Can't wait to set up a whole second map for one combat, but I think it'll be interesting.
Here. We could just settle this.
No, I don't think you want that.
Well away from the turrets.
I think the longer this goes on, the better it works out for you guys. The shorter the fight is.
I have a hard time figuring that out. Unless it's just suddenly, well, I guess we could just get bombed to hell, which.
Look, I'm bombing you to hell right now.
Oh yeah, I just got confirmation from James that this is set up for us to just die.
Yeah, James and I have been working for weeks on how to just end the show entirely. I'll be bringing a new cast on after this.
So Rapier will be the new captain in it.
You asked about cheating before, and I believe that there's 2 types of people. There's people who follow the process and see what outcome they deliver, and there's people who target an outcome and work the process to deliver that. And that sometimes that involves a bit of playing around with the process. But this feels like a very outcome-oriented map.
I think that the outcome will be victory.
For someone, that's true.
Yes, of course.
Yes, that is a thing that will happen.
Speaking of victory, let's talk to Cottontailed.
Hi, I'm Cotton. I don't really have anything exciting that happened recently.
Okay, all right.
But my pizza just came here. So
Fantastic.
you kind of had odd timing because I was just looking over there, the pizza. I'm sorry.
Perfectly okay. You should enjoy that pizza.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Now I'm excited about it.
Screw your intro, Arthur. Pizza.
I'm mainly excited about the little bread bites. If you guys have Domino's, I got the garlic parmesan bread bites.
I love those.
They're so good.
Too.
All right. I thought I had the volume adjusted. It's not clear to me. It was still kind of loud for me, but we'll see what the chat has to say. Great. Awesome. Someone is just gifting resubs to everybody, including now Cotton. So
Is it Sid?
No, somebody else. But guys, thank you for all these subs tonight. I don't know what's happening that tonight is sub night, but I'm down with it.
I now
I
have the option to
kickstarted an
gift a sub.
avalanche of messing with Arthur's ears.
How could you gift a sub? You just got a sub. How can you get? I don't know.
It just says gift a sub.
Okay. Oh, because when you have a sub, you can't subscribe twice. Instead, it gives you the option to gift. Instead.
I see. I gotcha.
All right. Fantastic. Cotton, you got anything else to talk about? Like all
Oh,
this great work you're doing for making these new character cards for D&D, or
I am doing character cards now for
my
you.
understanding is that you'll also be on a show in 2 weeks that you're gonna.
Yes, I will be on a show in 2 weeks of Made RPG, probably.
I mean, there's no probably about it. It'll definitely happen, and it's actually entirely your fault.
I was kind of joking.
I thought you said it was my fault.
No, because you took responsibility for it. You said this was my fault, Arthur, and I said yes, it is, Pondo.
Yeah, so it's my fault.
Yes, but it can also be Cotton's fault. You realize that blame can fall on many figures.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just blaming me entirely. So
No, well, I mean, I do blame you entirely, but I also blame Cotton somewhat. Justice can fall upon many heads.
I want to point out that I said more than just Made RPG. Made RPG was just
Yes,
the one
but
that
the problem is that Bearded Jalopno listens to you, so.
The problem.
I said more than that. I also said like view screen and stuff.
Yes, but you said Made RPG first, and that's the one that they clung to.
I did say Made RPG first. And one of them will probably get the title because I'm bound to lose at it eventually. Because
I mean, that's because you believe that Made RPG is based on probability rather than skill. It's a very skill-based game.
is it?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Oh, okay. I just kind of go with the flow all the time on that game, though. All right. I went to my.
Undefeated at that game?
Yes.
I am undefeated on that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
It's
She's one of those kids. It's like you're like, why do you win all the time? I don't even try. I don't know. It's just, how do you guys lose all? It's just so easy.
Everything.
Wow. Cotton, you got anything else?
I'm going to be having my surgery in May.
Right around the corner.
You might know this, but I'm very bad at remembering the order of months and only good at remembering
It's next
numbers.
month.
May is the next month. It is.
3 weeks.
All right,
Which is
excellent.
why I hesitated slightly when you said 2 weeks, because I was like, wait a minute. It's 3 weeks away, 3 or 4 weeks away. So we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want you trying to stream while you're having the surgery because we know that you will.
We've done that joke. We've done that joke already, Sid. I'm trying not to repeat myself lately on jokes, at the very least. At the minimalist.
There's only 12 more days of April, so really May is in less than 2 weeks away.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like the second week of May.
You know, if there's nothing else, I feel like perhaps it's time to pass discussions along to Raddosaurus. Unless you have any objections, Cotton. All right, I see you nodding.
No, go ahead.
Very well.
Thank you for your permission. I am Raddosaurus. Here I am on the internet. I had a run-of-the-mill week where nothing particularly out of the ordinary happened. I did a few weeks ago see Shazam, but I didn't want to talk about it last week because we had started so late. I didn't want to bog down the intros any more than I probably already did. But Shazam was pretty good. I'd recommend it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's so amazing. You have to rush out to theaters and see it. But I would say that on your terms, whenever you get a chance to give it a watch, you should give it a watch. It's pretty good. It's worth your time. It's definitely continuing to make the DC movies trend upward. It's still not revolutionarily groundbreaking or anything like that, but I do think that they're on the rise in comparison to, I mean, you can't not be on the rise really. So good things from that movie. And yeah, probably some other stuff. Oh, some stuff dropped from Star Wars Celebration. So I was excited to see some of that stuff. I'm probably more excited about Jon Favreau's Mandalorian series than I am about Episode 9.
That actually looked interesting to me.
It looks pretty good. The cast also is pretty eclectic, but also very interesting.
Which so, I have no interest in the movies anymore whatsoever, but the TV show actually did catch my eye.
Yeah, I'm not exactly. I haven't totally quit on the movies. I do have some faith in J.J. Abrams to maybe bring things back around to like to a reasonable closure. What we'll see. I'm cautiously, like a lot of movies that I go see, I have to do a lot to like temper my expectations and just be cautiously optimistic. So I'm hoping that they can close out the Star Wars franchise, or at least this chapter, because there's always going to be more Star Wars movies. There's no doubt about that. But at least this chapter of it goes well. On the other hand, if it goes really terribly, hopefully the consequence is there's no more Kathleen Kennedy and we'll head in a new direction, which I think was also probably not be a bad thing.
That
so I
would
kind of
be
feel like
for the best.
one way or the other, I think something good will come of it in the end. You know what I mean? Like if it fails, then we'll get some good needed fresh blood in there at that creative level. Star Wars really needs a Kevin Feige, and it just doesn't have one yet. So, because I guess not to go too far sideways, but I guess I found out that there was never a plan for the new trilogy. Like it was literally, they just did it movie by movie. Like J.J. Abrams had some ideas.
He had a basic concept of, okay, they didn't have, I see what you're saying there. They didn't have a firm story arc. JJ had several plans for different plot lines to be interwoven throughout the movies. And then Rian Johnson just came through and wiped his ass with all of them.
Yeah. Cause I guess so. Yeah, maybe I think you're right. I had originally had the impression that they had like a complete idea, and Rian Johnson came in and like derailed the whole thing. But in an interview this past week, J.J. Abrams came out and said like there was no like real plan. Like
no,
there were some threads, but there was no real plan for like. And to me, that was like, what a major mistake. Like.
No, it's a massive mistake, especially when you're doing a story span over multiple movies. You've got to have a consistent arc. You've got to plan that shit out to be able to, okay, we know where we are. We know where we want to get to from here. And then we know where we want to get to through here before we can get to the end.
Yeah, and I 100% agree.
They set themselves up for failure. And then Rian Johnson just made it way, way worse by just completely derailing whatever was there.
I agree. And For me, the onus is on Kathleen Kennedy, less so than Rian Johnson. Like Rian Johnson made his own movie, and kudos to him for making his own movie. It didn't resonate very well with Star Wars fans, but like he went out there and he did some different things, and that's fine. It's okay to do that, but
then they attack the fans over it, which that's smart.
Second time this week, actually 2 days in a row that we've had Star Wars: The Last Jedi discussions on this channel.
Really?
Couldn't be less interested to hear a rehash of the entire last year of the internet.
So yeah, I mean, then to spare Arthur and sum it up,
Thank you.
I'm cautiously optimistic for the future. I'm excited to get Disney Plus here when it finally gets going and see all the cool content that they put on that, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much me and my week. I had really good pizza today also because the PTO is doing a fundraiser at a local pizza place. So hooray for pizza. That's it.
I just want to take this in-between time to say it's not you, it's Star Wars. I literally can't handle all week being like, by the way, let's talk about The Last Jedi again. And I'm like,
it's Star Wars Celebration, man.
We've done...
Yeah. Star Wars is in the news right now. It doesn't have to be Last Jedi talk, though. I agree. I get super burned out on talking about that movie, too.
Let's talk about how the dude that does the voice for Admiral Akbar...
No, Sid, you've already done this. Please, no. First off...
who has something to say about it has already said everything they have to say about it.
I just want to thank all of the people that picked up 11 subs during the intro today, by the way. Especially SidAlpha for trying to blow my eardrums out. So thank you, and also go fuck yourself. Speaking of someone I'd like to say thank you and go fuck yourself to, let's talk to Pondothemad if you're not in the middle of eating a piece of pizza. I can go to somebody else if you're... No, you look like you're done chewing.
I'm trying to figure out what you mean by go fuck yourself.
It's pretty straightforward, really.
It's very relatively self-explanatory.
Look, I was just trying to have a good transitional thing here. It's not specific to you, but...
Well, I mean, it was because you're switching over to me.
On a completely unrelated note, this will be the last stream with Pondothemad.
Yeah.
That would be very tough for me. That would be incredibly tough for me. Is that a cat? Am I looking at a cat right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's my wife's cat.
Sorry, Pondo. All attention's on the cat. Nope. There it is. Super loud. Thank you, Lexi Tales.
And that's why I love Lexi.
That one actually wasn't that loud. I mean, it was louder than I'd like, but
No, it's been pretty good. Had fun with Pokemon one day. Been mostly just painting.
did you though? Did you?
Yeah.
I feel like again I failed to deliver on. I'm fucking nerfing Magikarp. Magikarp is too strong. Okay, that's all there is to it. He has consecutively 3 episodes in a row failed to not only not be caught, even be damaged once.
I don't think she's tried to catch Magikarp in the
He's
second
an
episode.
iron wall of defense. He's impossible to catch.
I tried to catch him, but it was like a high roll just to catch him.
He's so strong.
Like all fish.
Well, in that system, yeah, it doesn't really work out too well. Couldn't just accept it and tried to learn the mess of PTU. Don't try to learn the mess of PTU.
I won't.
Yeah. It's not fun.
I mean, I kind of like the system. It just has some kinks to work out real quick.
The Pokemon are fine. They're perfectly fine. It's the trainer shit.
Magikarp.
What's wrong with Magikarp?
I mean, he's so strong. I'm talking about the one that I wrote, not PTU.
Oh yeah, no.
I have no interest in PTU.
The Pokemon are always going to be a little bit wonky in that system.
Okay.
I hate to tell you, AP. Just because you can have Pikachu.
Look, I'm not trying to recreate perfectly the Pokemon experience. I'm trying to recreate a Pokemon story.
It's fair. It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than that, I've just been having to paint the office at work because apparently needed to paint the office. Because our district manager came in and he was like, "You guys need to paint in here." Like, okay. Oddly enough, I've become more accepting of painting because I used to hate it because I hate getting a mess all over everything. That's just how you have to deal with it. It's just paint everywhere, however you like it. No matter how much you try. After working in the paint store for so long, I've learned to accept paint. So when it gets on me, I'm like, I accept you. I don't like you, but I'll deal with you.
I'm feeling like this is a metaphor for relationships.
No? It's odd turn, but okay.
I mean, I just never heard someone say that they're accepting of paint. Like, it sounds as if you have a very special relationship with this paint, as if you've become spiritually attached to it.
I've become accepting of it, I guess, is what I should say.
I mean, have you considered following the path of paint in Tibetan Buddhism?
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. But I don't think I will.
Okay. I didn't think I could sell you on it.
Very well. I am, however, looking forward to this this mess is going to be the show here in a second once we get this combat going. And all of James's stuff shoots us from across the map.
I'm thinking a lot of
I'm
pressure
sorry.
now,
Is the Devastator pilot worried about long range fire? That must be a real tough life.
I don't think you know what my plan is.
What's your plan? Run into short range and then dance around in a circle? He's like, damn it, Arthur saw through my plan already. That's not what Pondo sounds like. I don't know why I went with that.
I don't know. You've more recently become making myself sound more and more Texan than what I am.
I don't know. I think
Or
it's that
Southern.
hat. Like,
you see me without the hat.
I can't make you sound more Southern. You're from West Virginia. You are Southern. You have to accept that in your heart.
I'm also Northern and Eastern and a little bit of Western.
And now Midwestern.
What she said.
That's true. I do have a driver's license in Nebraska now. So,
Ooh, it's official.
yeah.
Oh,
It's game
he's
over.
acclimatized.
Everyone knows once you get a driver's license, that's it for your accent. You just become that thing. It's really tough for people who get multiple passports and such. Suddenly their accent just stretched in so many directions.
You better start working on your Nebraskan accent there.
Guys,
no, I'm good.
you literally cannot say West Virginia is not part of the South when it is below the Mason-Dixon line. The north side of the state defines the Mason-Dixon line. Therefore, it is in the South category, even if it was not a Confederate state.
It's all north to me.
Look, it's
Really? It's all north to you? Everything's north? Well, I mean, technically, it's all part of the federal government instead of the confederal government. So,
Except for parts of Florida, it's all north for me.
West Virginia is a very peculiar place as far as its platelets go. It was technically part of the North, but it's under the Mason-Dixon line, which makes it technically part of the South. But it's too far east to be considered a Western state. But it's too far east.
no, it is an eastern state. It's considered.
too far.
No, that's wrong. It is considered to be an East Coast state because you can. There are numerous people who work in Washington, D.C. that commute from the Eastern Panhandle.
Isn't that what I thought I said?
It's an East Coast state.
It's too far east to be considered a Western state. Besides it,
No,
besides its name,
it is a East Coast state.
I live in the
I
Australia.
know it's an East Coast state. I used to live there. I'm saying it's too far east to be considered a Western state because,
Yes, that's true. Because it's a.
despite it being called West Virginia, even though it's more north of Virginia than it is west.
I feel
Like I
like
said,
we're analyzing this way too much.
That was my life in West Virginia.
The battle is happening in chat right now too.
These are the things that matter.
Let's let the West Virginians talk about West Virginia, okay? Why don't you let us West Virginians tell you where we are? We don't need you outsider city slickers coming around telling us what our state is. All right?
All you need to do is let the country road take you home, and you'll be fine.
Didn't the guy who wrote that literally never have been to West Virginia before?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Yeah.
It's not even the national state song.
I know.
What a shame.
But it's
What a
only
waste.
famous because of frickin' WU.
Well, WVU is famous for a number of things, most of them involving burning trash.
Yeah, burning trash, couches, partying.
This is how we get Pondo involved in intros. We talk about West Virginia. I'm going to keep this in my mind.
I liked Sid's Oscar the Grouch face that he just made. It was pretty good. There it is.
Fantastic. I don't think I can reset this this volume for the reset thing, so I just have to accept that anyone that resubs today is going to blow my eardrums out, and that's it.
Oh, it's on.
Go.
Can you just mute it?
I mean, I could, but I feel like that would be a waste of the.
Keep the subscription tab on standby. Are you sure we don't have any?
Remember, Sid, AP's fighting with us this time.
Oh, damn it. Crap.
You need to learn from Pondo and accept the sound.
Exactly.
I accept all forms of pain and misery.
That was. I'm just gonna let that one pass. There's way too many, and I've been promising myself to not try to go out on a limb for some of these jokes here.
We'll leave that one to West Virginia.
I think we'll just leave that one to Lexi Tales. I'm sure she'll have a comment.
Now I'll be moderating the chat just to see what the comment is.
I bet it's coo or something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, as a moderator, you should be monitoring the chat, but
He's got his finger on the ban button at this point.
Pondo, you got anything else going on?
No.
Look,
I was right. It did
yeah.
have a coo.
but it was towards me, not towards Pondo.
I still count it as a win.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I mean, it was not a very difficult prediction, but
No, that was about it. I haven't really done much except for trying to mod Skyrim again because I don't know why. When you sent me that, when you like mentioned me in that video and it said something about modding Skyrim for the 40th time, I'm like, why is this sent to me now? While I'm doing this?
Didn't they just release Skyrim on something else?
No. The latest thing that was really for Skyrim that was released was the Switch.
They released it on
Uh,
Tamagotchis.
They released a mobile game called Elder Scrolls Blades.
No, it's not that. I know about Blades, and that thing.
That was it. The Switch is the latest thing about Skyrim.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't something they released. No, somebody modded it so
It
they
was,
could,
it's
so
called-
they could run Skyrim on their smart refrigerator.
Is that becoming the new Doom? Or just
I
have
think
Doom?
so, yeah.
It's like Doom on the ATM, Doom on.
Now we just need Skyrim in Minecraft.
It's like so far, I think Skyrim has.
pretty
been
sure that's a mod in
onto
Minecraft.
Every operating system in existence right now.
I have Skyrim on my key fob for my truck.
It'd be cool if it had motion control. So you're ha ha.
Yeah, I just drive around and push the little volume buttons on my steering wheel, and he swings the sword around.
Consume the soul to unlock the doors.
Yeah.
I've becoming to realize that Skyrim is an affliction.
Some people collect coins. Some people, put together models. Other people mod Skyrim, and it's fine.
It's like a Jenga tower. You got to figure out which ones have compatibility with each other before it all comes crashing down. Can you get Macho Man Randy Savage as a dragon while also having Rainbow Dash as a dragon? I don't know. You'll find out.
I think there's actually a mod to make that work.
That would not surprise me in the slightest.
I'm
I know
pretty sure there's a mod that lets you select different, like to have like the different skins randomized or something, or for specific dragons.
All you need is the Lazy Lydia mod where all her lines are replaced with "I am sworn to carry your burdens." That's the only mod I've ever needed. Every single line, and then I set her as my follower. Every time she gets hit in combat, I am sworn to carry your burdens. I feel like she's so disappointed in me all the time.
No comment.
Wow, Pondo also disappointed in me all the time. That is painful.
He is sworn to carry your burdens. Got him.
Quick, throw in a sub. Just
No. Pondo, you got anything else going on? I mean, I don't want to combo break you. All right, cool. SidAlpha. Some have called you Sid Beta. Some have questioned what SidAlpha even means. It's been a week.
It has.
I can't remember if you disappointed me on Twitter lately. I'm sure you have, but I haven't remembered it yet.
I've actually been pretty good on Twitter lately.
It could be.
I haven't gone and started any fights, so
That's possible.
I've been all right.
You don't have to answer to me, of course. I'm not your Twitter, Führer, but
I'm going to say something positive about Star Wars, just to throw Arthur for a loop, because I also paid attention to the Star Wars celebration, and I am cautiously optimistic about the new Respawn Star Wars game that's going to be coming out in November.
wow, I think you and I might actually be the only people in existence. Everyone's like,
no, I'm excited for
don't trust EA.
Yeah, fuck EA.
The world is ending.
I'll believe their statement about the microtransactions a year after the game's released. Up until that point, I'm not going to believe them. But that's not to say that it won't be an interesting game. It's Respawn. They've shown with Titanfall 2 that they're capable of creating an interesting story with compelling characters. And they've shown that they can create good gameplay mechanics and put those two together. And I think give them a chance, I think they'll probably come up with something pretty nice. I'm cautiously optimistic. So there, I said something positive about Star Wars.
Trailer looks good.
Positive as I can.
Trailer looks good.
Yeah, trailer looks really good for no gameplay whatsoever. But that's to be expected because it's just the announcement stuff. We'll see more about what it's like coming over the next few months. But yeah, it's like I've really been missing a story-driven or story-focused Star Wars game. We haven't had one in God knows how long. So yeah, I'm really looking forward.
I was really looking forward to Star Wars 1313. But then George Lucas sold LucasArts and all that. And
I mean, he
yeah,
sold
got
all
shut-
of Star Wars. It wasn't specifically LucasArts.
Well, yeah. No, I mean it's like LucasArts, all that stuff along with it. So like Indiana Jones, all that stuff, which was very sad because then they shut down that project, and it was. And I was like looking forward to the Star Wars Battlefront 3. And I was like,
Yeah.
that was a shame. And then like a few years later, it's like Star Wars. Here's this. It's like, oh, cool. It comes out. Oh, not so cool.
yeah. Yeah, EA hasn't had the best track record with Star Wars as a franchise so far.
I
So
don't think EA's had best record with a lot of franchises at the moment.
You
They
know, you want to
they
know
really
at
have.
least one franchise they've been doing great with. Any EA Sports game ever.
That's true.
That's where
true.
all their
It's
money
because
comes from.
Those poor EA Sports gamers are completely brainwashed into thinking that shit is okay.
Oh my God, Sid.
The bad thing is, Sid is right.
I am right.
Tragic.
EA exists because of FIFA.
EA exists because of FIFA.
And Madden, but yes, also FIFA.
FIFA is their biggest moneymaker by far.
I mean, Madden is how
By
they built
far.
the company.
Because those damn Ultimate Team packs, they net them so many billions of dollars every year. It's insane. Yeah, and then I had some things happen today where I too was accepting of a thing within my life. As some of you might have seen on Twitter, I ended up getting into a little bit of a tiff at work. Was a thing at the day job,
Mm-hmm.
and so they want to. The owners want to have a sit down and talk tomorrow, which I know them. This means that they want to try and see if they can reconcile everything. And I've decided I'm going to draw a nice firm line in the sand and I will not cross it. And if they can't accept that, then I am willing to accept walking away from my job.
SidAlpha, everybody. He's ready to walk away.
And I'll just go full-time YouTube early.
He knows when
About
to
6
hold them
months
and when to fold them. And when to walk away. Or at least he hopes he does, because this is... You really, really do not want to flop on a situation like this.
Well, I already crunched the math on this stuff like months ago, and I'll just be speeding up my timeline by about 6 months. Is
Okay.
all it is.
I mean, I
can-
know
I
you've been
can
doing the
do it.
math, because you're like, I just need to get this
I need-
magic number, and I'm fucking out, man.
Well, I've had that magic number. I was actually just waiting. I had a plan. I was like, okay, I'm going to pay these bills off first so I can be more comfortable. But if I just not be as comfortable, I could do it right now and be okay. And, we'll see. We'll find out what happens tomorrow. It's entirely up to them. They already know that this was going to be my last year with them anyways. So if they're not willing to work with me on it, then sorry, not sorry.
Tomorrow, watch SidAlpha live tweet employment status updates. In meeting with owners, lol, on phone.
Hashtag don't give a fuck.
Oh, let me just, guys, hang on. I gotta hit share live. Okay, I'm about to walk away from my job. Let's see the owner's reactions.
Yeah, this is my reaction video.
I think you're about 20 years too old to be doing that shit, Sid.
I don't know. I think people would find it kind of damn hilarious myself.
Give you those last few followers you need to just
Yeah. No, it'd be nice. Actually, I've been thinking, it's like, that would be really nice if
Of course, Sid, all you have to do is
this
become the
job
Logan
anymore.
Paul of YouTube. And
I'm not nearly physically attractive enough for that.
Isn't Logan Paul the Logan Paul of YouTube?
I think so.
Pretty sure it's pretty cemented in that title.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to be the Logan Paul of YouTube.
I don't think Logan Paul wants to be the Logan Paul of YouTube.
Oh no, Logan Paul does want to be the Logan Paul of YouTube. That's why he's done what he's done to become the Logan Paul of YouTube.
But didn't he get like lose a lot of his fans after
Yes.
he filmed that cemetery? Not cemetery.
He ended up
suicide.
He ended
Okay.
up gaining a lot more than he lost. That's just the
That's
reality.
horrible.
Yeah,
That's
that's the reality of it. He came out a winner for that stuff, and he's definitely has sociopathic tendencies, and he plays that up a lot to his advantage to manipulate and take advantage of people. That's just what he does.
Wow, is there a brighter note we can move to?
Still looking forward to the new Star Wars game coming out in November.
There a new point that's also positive we can move
If
to?
I do give up my day job, I'll definitely be able to do daily videos
About Star Wars.
about Star Wars.
I can't wait for SidAlpha's week-long, hour-and-a-half videos about
Week
every day.
52 on
Video
why Zuck
5
is
of
better than
7
Ray.
of why The Last Jedi is the worst movie in existence. I can't wait to hear his in-depth
Today
analysis.
We're going to be analyzing this 10 seconds of video.
Do you have anything else to add, Sid?
No, I think I'm good.
You sure? I mean, your words say you're good, but your actual voice had me worried there for a moment.
I mean, I control you a little bit more, but you know.
I mean, I felt like you were legitimately choking when you were like, "Oh, I'm good." That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah.
All right. Normally, we'd be out here talking about how we're going to get the show started, but actuality, if you've hit the skip button, you might notice that we haven't started the show yet. So, my bad. I want to mention that the Battletech poll that is in the description of this YouTube video and also pinned in the Battletech Chat with Cast category on Discord, still ongoing. The results have been fascinating. I've asked the cast to talk about the results we have so far for the future of the show. We'll see where we go from there. You know, because the next season could be starting in the next few episodes when everyone dies when we move to season 3.5. Isn't that right, Pondo? Season 3.5? Or bust? Right? Pondo? Right? I mean, he's nodding. He's not saying anything.
I was going to post the link for it in chat, but I'm not a moderator, so I can't post links.
Hashtag
What's the link?
wrecked. It's pinned in the Battletech channel.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't. Oh, let me fix that for you real quick, Sid. It was give fucked. Not now, not ever.
I don't care. I never asked to be.
I
a
don't
moderator.
I don't make that many people moderators. I made Pondo a moderator as a joke.
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Pondo bans himself, and now you have one less moderator. It's like, fuck you.
I thought you didn't make me as a joke. I thought you legitimately considered making me a moderator.
I mean, I legitimately made you a moderator on Discord, so I felt like I should make you a moderator in Twitch chat, but I never see you talk, so I didn't think you'd ever do anything.
I read.
But how would I know that?
Because
I cannot
go,
passively
like,
detect the eye of Sauron upon the chat box.
Why not?
That's why Cotton and Zonalar are moderators, because they're active, and also well, I mean, it's not like Cotton drops the hammer on people, but I assume if anything ever happened that she probably might. Or at the very least, she would talk to them in a non-threatening manner, asking them to stop doing that.
I watch judgingly and ever vigilantly, as I can't really respond because my heart and soul is going into the roleplay I'm going into and the
Okay.
gaming.
All right. What
The heart
about
and
on
soul
nights where
thing
you're
might
not
be-
on the show?
When I'm not on the show,
Yeah.
I respond in Discord a lot.
But I meant on Twitch. I didn't make you look, I made you a serious moderator on Discord. It's Twitch that I was worried about.
I'm there on occasion.
Okay.
I watch.
We're going in circles here.
Okay.
Sorry, people who skipped the intro and then came in for this. I was going in a direction, but then I got sidetracked by
They
dropping.
pulled a Rad and Pondo by arguing with themselves
I
about the
know,
same thing.
I know, but I wasn't arguing. Where was I? Yeah, I think just vote. And of course, once again, I want to thank everybody for subscribing, Patreoning. I had to move the Twitch Patreon thing. I was going to make it on Easter afternoon for most people, but I've been co-opted into doing some dinner stuff, so last second.
I forgot it was Easter coming up. Shit.
I mean, I knew it was Easter. I just thought I could get away with it. But I didn't get away with it. Of course, if you're new because you've just been subbed by SidAlpha for no apparent reason, know that the link will be sent to you on Discord, letting you see the video afterwards. So we do a once a month meeting where I explain everything that's going on with the channel, future plans, take input from, subscribers and Patreoners. That's where we're at. Previously on this show, the gang got together and decided that maybe being not dead is better than being dead, and decided to launch an all-out attack upon their enemies. That's it. That was the entire last episode. Being not dead is better than being dead, some have said. As all of your forces gather less than 5 minutes of mech walk from the outskirts of Castle Crow, Rapier comes back on a motorcycle with some binoculars and some visual data and says, "Sir, this is what we're looking at."
What are we looking at?
I'm looking at the map right now, this physical map that we have.
Oh.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
Map. It looks like
Thankfully,
the enemy forces haven't got our turrets working yet, but I've marked them on our map, including the power generators for those turrets and the gate, and also the gate control bunker. As far as I can tell, it looks like they're still inside the base. I don't know if they managed to catch me while I was scouting, but they have to know we're here.
I don't suppose we could sneak a force around the back and try and take over the...
That was our base, sir. We specifically designed it in the mountains to not be sneak around the backable.
Well, see, I think we did our jobs a little too well, don't you think?
Take it up with the Countess, sir.
Apparently,
I suppose I'm going to have to.
apparently we didn't account for them just dropping their asses on top of us. But I do think it was a good idea that we did that, but it's also a terrible idea now that we have to siege our own place.
They just churn and slowly look at him. Indeed.
Can we just... So, sir?
Yes?
I think we're just going to have to gun it, because if those turns aren't on now, they will be on at some point soon.
Oh, I'm sure that our arriving would probably speed up their efforts to get those online, yes.
All right, sir. Well, looking at the disposition of our forces, it seems as if Harbinger and Citadel and the Baron Triumph have all arrived, piloting their various mechs. That Centurion's still a walking piece of junk. The Griffin's taking heavy fire, and the Mongoose is actually pretty okay. It looks like they've started grouping up themselves. Baron Kirsch is also here. Apparently he's piloting one of the hover APCs that they managed to scrounge up. They're letting us borrow one of those to transport our infantry in. So we've got the Revengers. As you might recall, that's the city folk that we brought out of Crossroads. They've teamed up with Pine Tree Station Special Task Group and have formed one infantry squad. In addition, Baron Kirsch brought with him 2 squads, if we can call it that, of guys with surplus body armor and semi-automatic rifles.
Well, right now, anyone willing to fight will be a great boon.
While we were in transit, Pine Tree Station managed to get the Raven's legs swapped out. So we now have one fully functional Raven.
Excellent.
This is it, sir. This is our entire force. Honestly, if we have some way of getting those APCs up to the wall, get the infantry over, and maybe get those turrets turned online and open the gate for us, that would be fantastic. But I'll leave the strategy up to you.
Well, we won't be able to know how we can get those through until we see where their mechs are at.
I have an idea.
Well, sir, I caught a picture of their mechs. They look kind of like this. It was 5 Mad Cats.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, sir. I am a fellow filled with infinite jest. Hamlet is jealous of my comedic abilities.
Just be thankful it's not any dire wolves or anything. It could be worse. Not much, but could be. Sir, you're giving me a weird look right now.
Sid's like, what did I do? How did I upset Arthur?
So, I have an idea. It's probably not going to work because we're in visual range at the moment. We could have the Raven with the 2 infantry and whatnot try to sneak around to a point where they can climb over the wall. The Raven being used to mask our signal.
There's no sneaking around. This is a fortress built on the side of a mountain. This is the only road up.
Okay, there's no like side, like not the edge side out.
I feel like this is probably the only way we're going to be able to get them up there with some cover.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea. I don't necessarily don't know how long it would typically take to get one of those online, though.
How fast are the APCs?
What does everyone else think?
APCs are 10-15. They're very fast.
Maybe we should send the mongoose. Who's piloting the mongoose?
I think they know we're coming and they're out there right now, sir.
Citadel is piloting the mongoose.
Right, are you trying to steal first?
I mean, no, I'm testing the elevation of the invisible pieces here.
Oh, look at that! I'm already behind the wall.
Sorry,
I'm almost there.
So for those at home, half of the cast is having trouble loading the map, despite our attempted repeats. So there might be some fuckery tonight. Bear with us because it's the largest battle we've ever run, except for James. I mean, James has probably run like a 75 unit over 8 days back in the 90s.
No sleep.
They showed up in full camo and field rations. I don't know. That's my image of Battletech cons.
I didn't deny it.
So things might be a little slow.
So what I can suggest, sir, see if whoever's piloting the Raven at the moment, try to see if they can spot any sort of shut down mechs or anything that may be hiding in the woods or something.
So Prey steps forward and says something briefly in Mandarin Chinese, and then nods at you.
What?
Do you speak either English or Spanish?
Haller just nods and is like, he said he's on it, sir. If you want him to head in the front, as long as we provide him with some covering fire, he'll keep the ECM and the Beagle Actor probe on.
How long have you been with us? You know we don't speak that language. Come on.
I think it's apparently.
Haller steps between you and him, and he's like, "Sir, could you cut him a break? It's been a hard couple of days."
Let him speak whatever language he wants.
I'm just surprised that Haller was able to understand. If Haller can understand him, that's fine by me.
Thank you for your incomprehensible speech. It's
Sir,
very, very, very beneficial. Yes.
remember our course? We got to work on our sass.
Oh, right. Yes. Well, never mind. Forget I said anything. I apologize to you. If you can understand English.
Yeah, he nods. As you're doing that, Haller just acts as if you've done the scummiest thing in the world possible. He's just like,
ugh. What?
All right. So how do we want our APCs to approach?
yeah, when you say that, Baron Kirsch pops out of nowhere from behind Citadel, and he's like, excellent question. How do you want us to approach? So he's wearing like a Ushanka and like giant aviator goggles and 2 large surplus military gear.
Well, I'm entirely open to suggestions.
I mean, they could highly possibly run that one side all the way down, which I'm trying to figure out which way is north, east, south.
Just always assume north is towards the enemy.
Okay.
The enemy gate is always down. So
Yeah,
she
the
knows
enemy's gate
south.
is always up in this case.
Okay.
So they could ride the western side all the way up. Maybe not going into the trees as much, or go in the trees as much as they can.
So as you say that, Howler's just like, look, Lieutenant, I think that's a pretty bad idea. We really need to be holding these APCs back. They are... And he like looks at them. He's like, these are not standard militarized APCs. As you take a closer look, you're reminded of the giant Volkswagen hover bus. This just appears to be a much larger version of that with some armor plates slapped on it and 2 machine guns on the top of it.
So the goal is to get the infantry over on the other side of the wall. Is that correct?
So Howler's just like, if we could do that, Sergeant, it would certainly be a big boon, but if there's elementals out there, they could help us fight that. I guess they could help shoot at some mechs. But if we send these APCs zooming ahead of us, they are just going to get shredded.
If there are any hidden troops out there or anything, we need to try and flush them out first by trying to push ourselves down the field as much as possible, at least halfway, 2/3, so we're fully engaged. Try and draw them around.
I feel like it's my duty, sir, to say we could do it the other way around. We just advance slowly behind the Raven, try to flush them out using the Beagle Active Probe. That's what it's there for. Just a suggestion.
I'm with him.
Arthur, were you going to send a link for the picture of what the map looks like?
Yes, I did. I think it's in the Battletech cast room. Yes, it is.
So, and by your intention of following behind the Raven, be doing what exactly?
I mean, the Raven's going to be able to pick up any hidden mechs or hidden elementals. Within, he says something like 180 meters. Yeah, 6 hexes.
Six
Four hexes for detection.
4 hexes. So 120 meters.
So treat any hidden units like landmines and use the Raven as a minesweeper.
I mean, do we want to go run up the path? Do we want to just pick a side of the map? We've got 3 forces here. We could just each advance up a column. There's a lot of options here, sir, but we need to make a decision soon.
I think we need to focus on one side over the other. What does everyone think? Left, right, and middle?
Should I put my forces on the board first? Would that help Arthur and the crew?
Do we not? We probably don't know where his forces are.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know yet. I mean, we'll do unit placement all at the same time wonderfully.
Currently, each path is relatively bad. The middle path is okay.
Here's my recommendation, sir. To maintain a tightly packed formation, as the enemy is present and they probably have eyes on us before we have eyes on them. This is the only approach route for this fortified position, so they 100% know where we are, and they are 100% lying in wait right now. So the only defensible strategy we have is to locate and focus fire, and the only way we can do that is to overlap our fields of fire as much as possible. So I recommend a slow, careful approach down the middle with overlapping fields of fire and detecting enemies, one at a time and trying to take them out one at a time. And it will be a battle of attrition. At first contact, I would recommend.
Battle of attrition is exactly what we want to avoid, and that's we will lose.
Well, I don't know that you have a lot of options, sir. I mean, upon first contact, once you have located enemy forces, we could attempt to outmaneuver. But as you know, we're not the most maneuverable force. We're not clear on what the enemy forces even are outside of 5 clan mechs. So we're going to have to use numbers and advantageous positioning in order to capitalize on their fewer number of troops.
All right, up the center it is then.
Now, we do need to keep in mind that there's always a possibility there might be another bombardment strike that would happen to us when we're on the ship. So if need be, we have to split. We will have to split.
Yeah, I would say on first contact, everybody breaks for nearest cover, and we designate targets as we go.
I would say with that, try to avoid straying from the center column path too much, only as far as necessary, because we want to make sure to clear a path. We don't want to trip over every single little toy they have waiting for us out there.
I'll keep my eyes peeled on my sensor and whatnot, see if I can spot anything on the way there. Or way through. If it's possible. I don't know. Clans are screwed with their stuff sometimes. We're being jammed as well, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I think we have our marching orders.
Very well. Let's roll for placement. And for team allies, we need to figure out who's playing which of the NPCs. I mean, by default, I can play all of them. But we have 3 extra infantry squads and 5
You can
allied
play
mechs.
whatever mine was going to be. Just take
You
it.
can play mine.
I'll take Harbinger.
I didn't know that you guys had ones that you were going to take. So.
I'll take Howler and Harbinger.
You said there was 3 or so, and there was 3 or 4.
Yeah, I
regiments.
thought, but then we ended up having a lot
I don't
more.
want it.
You only want responsibility for yourself.
I mean, I think I'm new enough at the game that we probably shouldn't give me more people to control.
I feel like you've been doing a pretty good job so far. I mean, you're no insert the name of the person we're going to make fun of this week.
Now, just to be clear, Arthur, I was able to reload my ammo, right? But it's not Artemis rounds.
That's correct.
Okay.
And I believe that your ammo wasn't completely filled. You were only
No, I
able to
think
get
I think you have like 10.
200 rounds, so that's 10. And with 2 launchers, that means you only have 5, rounds of ammo.
So 5 but basically 10 loads total.
You
And
get 10 of those and like 3 or
I
something.
believe
else.
I made sure to put those into my left torso.
And sorry, Pondo, which NPCs were you taking?
I'll take Harbinger and Howler, unless you want Howler.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna keep the people that I was gonna keep the units together, right? Like Howler.
Oh, okay.
and-
Well, I'll take Howler and Prey.
Very well. Let's see if this works. Otherwise, it's gonna look horrible.
Is no one piloting the Mongoose?
Citadel's piloting a mongoose.
Okay, so he's not piloting the poor.
The one internal hit point hunchback? No, he's not piloting that. You guys made
That's
the plan last week to swap him to the mongoose.
I was making sure it was still in effect. That's why I was asking.
Oh, it's in full effect, sir. In full effect.
I don't want to leave Arthur with only the busted up mechs to pilot. I want to give him some good mechs to play with here.
I mean, I also have the 3 hover APCs in their infantry.
I know, but that's not super exciting to play either.
I mean, I might end up grabbing one because I have a feeling my mech is not long for this world.
You know,
That's true.
Raddosaurus, you don't need to worry about me doing something super exciting because I've got smartphone games to play while I fuck off on my hosting responsibilities.
No, man, I want you to be able to play this game with us. I want you to have some assets.
I do every week.
Your beck and call. No, I mean, in this opportunity to play with us instead of
Yes.
against us, Arthur.
Same team instead of.
Don't worry.
opposing-
At the end of the episode, I'm going to announce how we're going to open up guest spots for, other broadcasters now if they want to volunteer to join.
They have to wear a red shirt.
Nope. I don't even want to hear that shit.
You have to warn them. There's a chance that you're going to destroy their mech 3 times during that spot.
Did we roll for placement?
No,
Not
we're
yet.
doing that now. We're doing strategic.
Is that like Lexi's character?
So
We have
tactics
to
land.
mech 3 times before she dies. So
Yeah, Tactics Land.
I got a +5.
Wow.
That is a 10.
James, you want to roll for your side?
Oh.
That's also a 10.
Oh well, all right.
Let's
roll
roll.
again.
Come on and slam. And welcome to the
Okay.
jam.
11. Now, if you just not get 11,
12.
well, that's unfortunate.
Congrats, you didn't get 11.
It's 12 to 8. So someone work out the ratio on that real quick because my brain is dying. I think it's
Hidden units don't count for placement, or they don't count on the.
so it's 12 for 5
appear.
then.
Yep.
So it's
So they'll place 2 first, and that becomes you rework it each time until it's less than half. So
all right.
right now they're placing 2 to start off with.
All right, I'll place the Devastator up front.
3 hexes, right?
Yeah.
That's not the center.
Well, I'm working toward it because of the angle. It's close enough.
Center-ish.
The Devastator needs all the help as he can get. All right.
How many are we placing?
3.
2.
Two total.
So I put the Devastator and then the Raven right behind it. Actually, right next to the Devastator. All right. We're gonna die tonight.
So that's 2 done, yep?
Yep.
So you can place anywhere on your side and up to 3 away from the wall if you'd like, James. So
Yep,
yeah,
I'm
up
done.
on the wall is a,
Direct. Okay.
yeah. Just gonna place that Madcap Prime right there.
Well, that's
Pretty solid choice. By my math, we now
It's
place 2 more.
10 to 4, so 2 more here.
Yep. It should be 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 4-1. I think.
All right, I'll place.
Wow, you guys are keeping Lance integrity, huh? James, you're up.
Yep, done. So
Wow.
now it's 8 to 3, so that's still 2.
So Cotton.
I'm gonna place a hover APC. I just want to point out there are a bunch of mechs that are pointing in each other's lines of movement right now. Oh.
What, you never seen that? The shuffle, like, almost running into each other?
It's all right.
Total
All of them
coordination.
are faster than the Devastator.
It's designed to throw off the enemy.
Okay, over to me.
Yep.
Oh my!
Bold move.
Okay,
Outside
so-
the wall.
So now it's 6 to 2, so you got to do 3.
Very well. I'm gonna do 2 of the APCs.
I'll put up the Wolfhound. Wolfhound's fast. Let's put it right behind the Devastator. Why not? Feels like a Howler move.
You're up.
Okay. Okay, so now it's 3 from you again. That should be it for you.
Wait, that Timberwolf has 2 SRM6s on just facing its rear arc?
Yep, 2 front, 2 rear.
Welcome
That's
to the real
weird.
life.
That is kind of weird.
I've never really seen SRM launchers on the rear arc.
And you need to place your Mongoose. Bandito Citadel.
I thought I had Prey and
Oh, is that me? Is that, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm keeping all the nobles together. Very well. I'm over here then.
I was gonna say
Yeah, what are you doing on our side?
Yeah.
This is our side. Go over there.
I even color coded all the lances as best I could. You guys are like
That's
rainbow barf.
Excuse me, my mech is black.
Yeah, but the rest of your lance is like a rainbow of barf.
mine is also black. Is it not?
Let's talk about this last placement. Are you gonna put it dead center where those red dice are? Just complete the very intimidating looking Mad Cat field.
No, there you go.
I feel like any guy that's located like right here is in a
So
whole
now,
bunch of trouble.
Arthur, you did say that these 5 mechs exceed our battle value,
Yes.
right?
And what's included that we don't see.
And we have smaller, softer targets. They're damaged.
Well, Sid, it turns out that life sucks and then you die. What you didn't know is that for a year and a quarter, I have been planning my revenge on all of you. I even anticipated Cotton joining the show, and I just thought, I'm going to destroy these guys one day. Everything's leading up to this moment where you all lose.
What did I do to you?
I don't know. I'm sure I can come up with something.
Someone pointed out that one of the overlays has a gold stag.
That's true. That's true. I'll go. I mean, I could try to edit it mid-stream. No problem. I don't need to host this
Yeah, it's
anymore.
me. I'm Goldstag now.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I could be less edgy.
No comment. Yeah. What's the next step, right? You guys need to roll for initiative.
I suppose. Say that's your park.
Yep. That's
I think I only have a +4, so it's still up to you.
Of the why is my
James, your guys has a +5 because he's, good.
All right, my thought is to, now that we see where they are, try
those dice
and
totally stuck together.
Let's try that again.
try and keep cover from the ones on the ground to try and isolate the ones on the wall. What do you think about that?
Let's see. You had a 4 on an 8 on your dice. I had an 11.
Yeah, if we could.
Yep, so I've only got 13, so I think you win.
That's
yeah,
a good idea.
it's
I just
16.
don't know how to do it.
Like if it's, so this is really hard not seeing all the trees that are supposed to be on the map, but using trees to stay out of sight from the ground level mad cats to try and get within range and isolate one of the wall mad cats to either force it to move or focus some damage on it. And what do we have? We have,
So I'm just gonna. So I've not moved the prime, so it's now 12 to 4. So you need to move 3.
Okay.
Wow. That was incredibly painful. My bad, guys. I don't have a fucking clue what the hell that was. Jesus.
What happened?
All of the Twitch alerts that have been playing for the entire stream all replayed at the same time
Oh.
at maximum volume.
Excellent.
It was so painful.
It's probably not ideal.
Yeah, not ideal at all. Sorry, people at work and viewers at home and all the ships at sea.
For the people who can't see the trees, I am placing pilot check marks where the trees are.
okay, you don't have to do them any over the, well, okay, actually, yeah, there are some missing. All right, Pondo, thank you. That will be helpful.
All right, we should have a correct overlay again.
Start nearest to the wall though, if you would,
Okay,
because that's
which
where
wall?
that's where I'm missing the crow's black wall, the
Okay.
Mad Cat side. That's where I'm missing most of
That's where it will matter the most, is what I think.
my map data.
Oh, we're putting prone tags on there. I will help.
We'll see.
So,
Well, as long as you guys are doing that, we need to move 3, right?
Yeah,
This is my recollection. I'm gonna have the APCs moves in.
cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they will all cumulatively turn. I have to put them down so that they don't fuck this up, because this guy's actually over here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that gives them some cover.
Yeah, we don't particularly want them drawing fire just yet.
Yep, they're just dashing forward to hold some ground for you.
Cool.
It goes a lot like this. Baron Curse is like, "Don't worry, we'll go ahead and draw some cover for you while we, get ready to deploy.
No, don't do that.
Let's
Don't
go,
do that.
boys!" The APCs move 9 hexes. Gives them
Can
all
you talk
+3.
sense to your Baron?
Well, since I'm also playing Citadel, he's just like, just go with it.
No.
I don't really give him orders. It's kind of the other way around.
I'd say talk sense. I didn't say give him orders.
Okay, so it's 6-3 now. So you move 2. I've moved I've moved by not moving.
There's actually a couple of them are heavy woods that we'll just have to tell you.
Can you color the pilot check thing?
Sure.
Make it like dark blue or something, purple. I don't know. I'll go ahead and move.
I can't wait until we
5,
fix
2,
this next week somehow,
3,
and then all of the pilot
1.
checks super distracting.
That's distracting now, but
7. I'm just gonna move some because I don't want to leave everybody behind.
Why is this pilot check like black and ominous with red print?
that's because that one's for heavy woods.
Heavy woods.
Ah, okay.
That's because
It's
that
like right
pilot
over a pit for me, so it's like, what is that?
that pilot check came from the darkness. It was born through the fire of conflict.
It didn't know a successful check until it was already an adult.
All right. Anybody else want to move 2 different mechs, like maybe the Wolfhound and Howler? Because I feel like.
Sure.
I'll move one.
Only one's got to move because it's
I'll
only
move.
doing 2 this time.
Oh, we're on here too. Well, I feel like
okay.
putting the Raven up front would probably be a great idea. That's my tactical suggestion, since that's the one that looks for hidden units. And it's good that I'm not controlling the Raven because I actually know where the hidden units are, and it would be super unfair of me to just be like, "Oh no, I walked next to this tree. That's so weird."
Yeah, I don't think it would be a terrible idea
I'll
to
move with the Raven.
group the Wolfhound, the Raven, and the Flashman together a little bit and have them operate
4,
as a
Mobile
sort of-
laser team,
6.
as a flanking team when contact finally breaks out.
unlimited
Yeah, I'll just stick close
lasers.
to the Flashman. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. That was only a walk.
We just have to make sure we keep. We need to keep assets
Sorry,
close.
this one should be 3. Sorry, it was 9-3, so it should be 3 to move. My mistake.
Come on, Wolfhound, get up here.
Okay, where's Wolfhound?
You can just move through the Devastator, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We just got to remember we got to keep somebody near enough the Devastator and the Marauder to help them out if they get into elemental trouble, because they're the only ones that can't run away from elementals.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna hold the APCs back for literally exactly that purpose.
Okay, perfect.
Because they only really have 2 things on this battlefield: elementals and opening doors. Fighting Mad Cats with elementals is not, or
Not
with
we need to
conventional
3.
rifle infantry is not a thing.
Not a great plan.
So we need to move 3.
That's it. We've moved 3.
There's a bunch of
Okay.
Mad Cats that have machine guns and
I
shit
just
too.
moved, so it's now 6-2, so still 3.
Wonderful.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and move Desert. 1, 2, 3. Trees.
You know how we have all these maps where there's a lot of slow movement for like the whole first hour or 2? That's like this whole map.
4. Do I stay there? No, I'll stay 3 for right there. 2, 3.
We'll move the Archer and Marauder, and then we'll move the Noble Lance last.
Does the Beagle Acro pick up anything?
Does the whatchamado?
The Raven.
You're echoing.
Does the Raven catch any
No.
any blips?
No, I'll let you know if they do.
Okay.
Oh, did you want me to explain the ECM?
I don't think they're going to turn it on Ghost Mech.
Oh,
I mean, are you?
I mean, if we could spoof our location, would that not be beneficial?
I believe they can just look at us for the most part. I believe, could the Timberwolf, the 2 Mad Cats on the wall see us?
Yes.
Yeah. Then they could just share their information with us, which they're not being jammed at the moment.
I just watched the Marauder get bonked on the head by a dice.
Happened again.
So if your ECM's in the default mode, that just means that any Artemis systems, one of my mechs has got Artemis, it can't fire at units within 6 sections of the Raven and get the benefit of Artemis.
Oh.
Yeah. I feel like it's better in shield mode than it is in sword mode.
What is
Okay, was that three done?
Sword mode is Ghost Mech, where you actively try to create fake mech signatures.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'd say in this case, since a lot of them have Artemis, just leave it in shield mode.
A lot of them being one.
It
Isn't there
only
like a
takes
couple
one
as
to-
SRM sick? No, they have streak. Never
Yeah,
mind.
but they're not
No.
Artemis.
No, on the SRM on the B is Artemis. Only the B has Artemis. The one over here.
Oh well, still.
Have you moved 3? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. A is just like, hey, what's up? Fuck life, guys. You guys want to go straight down the middle? Let's do that too.
Sounds like a great idea.
All right. Let me talk to my noble dudes.
Pretty sure A is the one with the 2 PPCs. Like, yeah.
I think they're all like 6.
Yeah.
Nope. There's a huge difference in movement here.
So it should be now you're 1, then I'm 1, then you're 2.
All right. Well, then let's have the Griffin go with a 5-unit jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go with a 4 jump.
Paint a clearer tree picture for you guys.
Yes, that is
Right.
much better. Thank
I've
you.
moved my 1.
It's super helpful.
Just a sea of blue.
Yeah.
All right, I moved.
Are we just
So now
putting
it's just
them on
remaining
all the
2.
trees, or
I don't know which ones they can't.
You don't know which one I can and can't see. I need to know if there's one.
well, I've gotten I've got the picture from Rad that I was going off of.
There's one there.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to put them all just in case.
James, I checked to you, by the way.
I didn't mean to grab that.
I moved my 1.
I believe
Oh,
I have all the
so
ones.
did I. So now it's
No, I
I'm
moved
all
my
done
last
now.
2.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Centurion is 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the mongoose can move like
A billion.
12.
It's like a 7 or 8-12. Might be a 7-11.
What, the mongoose? I'm pretty sure it's an A12, isn't it? Don't confuse me. It's an A12. Don't confuse me. 7-11? That's not even a thing.
Yeah, it is.
2.
It's 11 walk and 7. No, it's
5.
7 walk and 11 run.
I think he's just going to hold here because that's kind of cotangent with everybody else. So at 5 movement, that gives him a 1. Back to you, James.
Oh, that's it. You
And
guys
we are
won, so you
totally
got
done.
last.
We're totally done.
I think no one's got range.
Very
No.
well.
What's the farthest anybody reaches? Like 23,
25.
25?
As you might have realized, we got
25.
exactly 1 round in before we got to the break. When we get back from the break, we'll have 2 or 3 more rounds of only movement before any combat happens. But these opening maneuverings will be very important to see who gets caught out in the open and dies first, so that the rest of the cast will haze them for the whole week. My money's on the APCs. Stick around for the second half. And have you considered subbing with Twitch Prime? Twitch Prime can be found by linking your Amazon account to